final line of the gunslinger's creed goes, "You do not kill with your gun. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. You kill with your heart." While this line is spoken several times by a pair of incredible lead actors, the movie doesn't seem to truly understand it. This Dark Tower adaptation abandons the nuance and gravity of its source material and all too often lacks any trace of a beating heart. Mixing in parts of several of the books in an attempt to tell a new story, The Dark Tower takes a handful of the genre-melding saga's main elements: the struggle between the revenge-obsessed gunslinger Roland, played with effective grit by Idris Elba, and the dark sorcerer Walter, to whom Matthew McConaughey brings a terrifying glee. But what the film fails to do is capture any of the subtlety, lore, and heartbreak that makes the book so remarkable. The deeply flawed and compellingly tragic characters that Stephen King created are one-dimensional in their on-screen adaptations because the motivations that give them that depth are completely lost to the wind. The performances are good, but there's no meat on the bone of the script for Elba and McConaughey to bite into. At a scant 95 minutes, The Dark Tower barrels ahead at a breakneck speed, with no time to flesh out the backstory of the world and its inhabitants before the moment we encounter them on screen. It's from here that the problem with the lack of motivation arises. While the events unfolding in front of us are relatively easy to follow, anyone who hasn't read 5,000 pages of the book series would be continually confounded as to why anyone on screen was doing what they did. Moviegoers shouldn't have to do homework to understand the reasons for its central conflict. This problem is compounded by the disposable supporting cast, who quickly fall into trite stereotypes. We never get enough time to get to know anyone past the surface level, which makes any death, sacrifice, or betrayal carry little to no weight. While there may not be a whole lot of depth to the events transpiring on screen, they're at least nice to look at. Director Nikolai Arcel does a great job of juxtaposing the hustle and bustle of modern-day New York with the harsh, empty wasteland of Roland and Walter's midworld. And the enigmatic tower itself, stretching high up through the clouds, is every bit as grandiose and impactful as the center of the universe should be. The Dark Tower is a thoroughly average take on some truly incredible source material. While the fantastic leads do the best with what they're given, it's ultimately not enough to compensate for a lack of time spent building characters and their motivations in the script. A good-looking shell of a great epic is all here, but peeling back the veneer reveals that there's not a whole lot going on underneath it. For more on Stephen King adaptations, check out the trailer for the upcoming film It, right here on IGN.